have already learned about a sentence. What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense by itself and does not depend on another word or group of words to do so. It has a subject and a predicate which contains the verb. You have also learned that there are several kinds of sentences based on their structure. Today, we shall learn about a new kind of sentence based on its structure. I threw the frisbee, it hit Dave. Now, both these groups of words are sentences. Now, let us look at them one by one. Let us take the first sentence. I threw the frisbee. Now, this sentence, I threw the frisbee, has a subject, I, and a finite verb, threw. So, this group of words is a clause which makes complete sense and can stand on its own. I threw the frisbee makes complete sense and can stand alone as a sentence. So, this clause is an independent clause. Now, let us look at the other group of words. It hit Dave. Now, this group of words also has a subject, it, and a finite verb, hit. So, this group of words is also a clause, and this clause also makes complete sense and can stand on its own as a complete sentence. It hit Dave. So, this clause is also an independent clause. So, what do we have here? We have two independent clauses. I threw the frisbee, it hit Dave. These are two independent clauses which can stand on its own as a complete sentence. Now, when we join the two independent clauses with a coordinating conjunction, we have used and in this case. What we get is a compound sentence. So, a compound sentence is made up of more than one independent clause, and those clauses are joined by a coordinating conjunction. So, our compound sentence, I threw the frisbee and it hit Dave, has two subjects, I and it. I is referring to the person, it is referring to the frisbee. So, we have two subjects here. So, this compound sentence has two subjects, two finite verbs, threw, hit. So, it has more than one finite verb. It also has more than one independent clause. I threw the frisbee, it hit Dave, and it has a coordinating conjunction joining the two independent clauses. So, what is a compound sentence? I threw the frisbee and it hit Dave is a compound sentence where we have two or more subjects and predicates. We have two or more independent clauses. We have two or more finite verbs. And the independent clauses are joined by a coordinating conjunction. Sometimes they are joined by a correlative conjunction also. And these clauses, which are a part of the compound sentence, are known as coordinate clauses. Now, let us look at this sentence. Sal and I went for a movie yesterday. What do you think? Is this a compound sentence? Let us try to find out. Sal and I went for a movie yesterday. What is the verb in this sentence? Went. So, we have one finite verb in this sentence. And what is our subject here? To find the subject, we ask the question who before the verb. So, who went? Sal and I went. So, we have Sal and I as the subject here. So, it is a compound subject. We have one finite verb, went, And the entire group of words, Sal and I went for a movie yesterday, is an independent clause because it is standing on its own as a complete sentence. So this is a simple sentence, not a compound sentence. But if we have a sentence which is, I went for a movie yesterday and I got really bored. Now let us try to find out what kind of a sentence this is. We see that there are two subjects here, I. We see that there are two finite verbs here, went and got. So we have two subjects, two finite verbs, and I went for a movie yesterday. This part is a group of words which is standing on its own and making complete sense. So this is an independent clause. Similarly, I got really bored is also an independent clause because it is making complete sense and standing alone as a complete sentence. So we have two independent clauses in this sentence. I went for a movie yesterday. I got really bored. And both these independent clauses are joined by a coordinating conjunction and. So what do we have? We have a compound sentence which has two subjects, I, and two finite verbs, went, got. So this is definitely a compound sentence. What if I write the sentence as, I went for a movie yesterday and got really bored? Then what do we have? We still have the first part, I went for a movie yesterday, as an independent clause because it can stand on its own as a complete sentence. Now this part is a group of words which has one subject and one finite verb, whereas the other part, got really bored, has only one finite verb, got, and no subject, but the subject is not mentioned but understood as the same subject is doing the verb here. Same I is referred to as the subject here. It is implied. So this part, got really bored, actually means I got really bored. So this part is also an independent clause. Hence, we have two independent clauses which are joined by a coordinating conjunction. So we have a compound sentence which is made up of two independent clauses which are joined by a coordinating conjunction, and it has two finite verbs. So this is definitely a compound sentence. How do we understand a compound sentence? It has two finite verbs. It has two subjects. Though only it is mentioned once, the implication is that there are two subjects and there is a coordinating conjunction joining two independent clauses. Bob is a vegetarian, so I have made a special vegetarian dish for him. Now this sentence is made up of two independent clauses. Bob is a vegetarian is an independent clause. I have made a special vegetarian dish for him is another independent clause. Both are joined by a coordinating conjunction. So, and we have two subjects, Bob, I, two finite verbs, is, have made. So, this sentence is a compound sentence. My mother and I went to the market yesterday, but we didn't buy anything. Now here, this sentence is also made up of two independent clauses. What are they? My mother and I went to the market yesterday. We didn't buy anything. Both these clauses are joined by a coordinating conjunction but, and we have two subjects, my, mother and I. This is a compound subject, and we have two finite verbs here, went and didn't buy. So this sentence is also a compound sentence. Katie loves to dance and Jim loves to sing, but they do not like to perform in front of guests. What do we have here? We have a sentence which is made up of three independent clauses. Let us find out. Katie loves to dance is one independent clause. Jim loves to sing is another independent clause, and they do not like to perform in front of guests is another independent clause. So we have three independent clauses which are joined by two coordinating conjunctions, and, but, and we have many subjects. What are they? Katie, Jim, they. So we have three subjects again. And how many finite verbs do we have? Let us first identify all the verbs. Loves is a verb. To dance is a verb. Loves, another verb. To sing, another verb. And do not like is another verb. And to perform is another verb. So we have lots of verbs in this sentence. But how many finite verbs are there? Let us see. To dance is not a finite verb. So we have loves, our first finite verb. To sing is not another finite verb. So we have loves as the second finite verb. Do not like is the third finite verb. And to perform is not a finite verb. So we have three finite verbs again. So we have three subjects, we have two conjunctions, and we have three finite verbs. So this is a compound sentence with three independent clauses. Now let us look at this sentence. You can either stay in the hotel or come home with us. Now, in this sentence, we have used the correlative conjunction either or. So, actually, we have joined two sentences which are you can stay in the hotel, you can come home with us. So, this you can is the common part which we have taken out and written once when we have joined the two sentences. So, you can either stay in the hotel or come home with us means you can either stay in the hotel or you can come home with us. So, how do we identify the clauses in this sentence? Now, this sentence is also made up of two independent clauses. What are they? You can stay in the hotel. You can come home with us. So, we have two independent clauses in this sentence. Also, there are two finite verbs in this sentence. Can stay, can come. So, we have a sentence which has two independent clauses, two finite verbs, and it is joined by the correlative conjunction either or. So, this sentence is also a compound sentence. Dad waters his garden daily. He loves his plants dearly. Now, what do we see here? We see that there are two independent clauses in this sentence. Dad waters his garden daily. He loves his plants dearly. But we have not used any conjunction to join the clauses. Instead, we have just put a semicolon between them. So, what do we see? We see that at times in a compound sentence, we use a comma or a semicolon to separate the clauses. So in this sentence, we have two subjects, dad, he is referring to dad. We have two finite verbs, waters, loves. So this is also a compound sentence where we have not used any conjunction to join the independent clauses. We have just used the semicolon. Can you do this exercise now? Combine the sentences given below to form a compound sentence. I was very tired after a long day. I still finished my work before going to bed. So actually, we have been given two independent clauses. And how do we join the two independent clauses? We use a coordinating conjunction to join these two independent clauses. So how do we join them? So we can join them and write, I was very tired after a long day, but I still finished my work before going to bed. We have joined the two independent clauses with the help of our conjunction but. Identify and match the type of sentences given below. What are the two types of sentences given to us? Compound and simple. And the sentences are, I saw the most amazing sights in Croatia. It does not seem to be a difficult sum, but I can't solve it. Now let us look at the first sentence. I saw the most amazing sights in Croatia. What is the verb here? Saw is the finite verb here, and we have one subject, I, and this sentence is made up of one independent clause. I saw the most amazing sights in Croatia. So this sentence is a simple sentence, whereas the other sentence, it does not seem to be a difficult sum, but I can't solve it, is made up of two independent clauses. It does not seem to be a difficult sum, I can't solve it, and they are joined by a coordinating conjunction but. Now in these two clauses, let us first identify the verbs. Does not seem is one verb, to be is another verb, and can't solve is our third verb here. But here, what do we see? We see that to be is not a finite verb. So we have two finite verbs only, does not seem and can't solve. So this sentence is a compound sentence. So what did we learn today? We have learned that a compound sentence is a type of a sentence based on its structure. A compound sentence has two or more subjects and predicates, and they have two or more independent clauses. So there are two or more finite verbs in a compound sentence. A compound sentence, we have learned, is made up of two or more independent clauses, and these clauses are joined by coordinating or correlative conjunctions. We have also seen that at times the two independent clauses can be separated by either a comma or a semicolon. The clauses of a compound sentence are known as coordinate clauses. So now you know what is a simple sentence and what is a compound sentence. So I hope you are doing lots of exercises regarding identification of simple sentences and compound sentences. We shall soon learn about the other kinds of sentences in detail. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com or download the DeltaStep app to get all learning resources as per ICSE, CBSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures across maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve your slightest of doubts. That's not all. You can also win amazing prizes like PlayStation, iPad, watches, and many more, along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So learning at Delta Step is not just fun and easy, it is also rewarding. So register for free now.